Hello once again, my name is Emmanuel Daniels. You have come to another section of this Microsoft Excel dashboard presentation course. So far we have looked at how to build our dashboard component or discussed tools that we can use to build our dashboard components, such as you have charts, you have pivot tables, you have pivot charts, and you also have sparklines, which we have treated from the last video. Now here we are going to look at or focus on components that are less apparent, that we can use for visualizations in our dashboard, but that does not involve creation of charts. Now these are called chartless visualization tools, and among these we have what is called dynamic labels. We have using the Excel camera tools and working with formula driven visualizations, and then using fancy fonts, and also we are going to leverage on symbols and symbols in formulas. So these are what we are going to look at in this section, but first we are going to start with dynamic labels. So let us get started with a worksheet. Now this is our worksheet 028 dynamic labels. Now remember, we have this on our worksheet for creation of our pivot table. Here I'm going to use this same data here. Now I've actually created a pivot table and a pivot chart here. Now I want you to look at, if you look at the pivot table tools, you look at the analyze tab, and you can see the way I've organized my pivot table field list. I have channels and categories, and I also have the values, and then I have channels and categories as filters. Then what I have on the row are the years and quarters. Now if you take a look at this here, this is how the data was arranged. But however, you have here, I've been able to group this data. You can look at the group here. This is the group I used: 2005 and 2006. So I've been able to group the data, and now this is what we have. Now let's close this pivot table field list. Now what we want to do, I want to create a label we can use on our chart, such that when we change any of the controls here, we can see the information that is displayed on our chart. Now that is, a dynamic label is a label that provides information about the content of a dashboard based on the selection of one or more filter controls. And a common place to add dynamic label is a chart like this, and you need a text box to add dynamic labels. Now what we are going to do now, we go to the insert tab of the ribbon, and we are going to add a text box to this chart. So this is a text box. You draw a text box to this chart here. Now this is a text box. I'm going to add a label here in this text box based on the selection. So we want someone to see, or the user to see, the selection here that is displayed on this chart. So now let me just do something here. Let me just resize this text box here. Now what I've actually done, to insert a dynamic label, you click anywhere inside the chart and select equal sign. You select the formula tab after clicking the chart, and you say equal sign. Then you click on the category and say enter. You will see that the category is displayed here. So when you select another category, you will see that that category is displayed. You'll be able to see the category that was selected. Now also, I want to show you something. I've actually created a formula here to state the percentage increase in sales. Now this is what I did. I said this is the percentage, this is the sales in 2000 and the sales in 2000 and let me say this is the sales in 2005 and sales in 2006. So I want to find the percentage increase. You say equal to this figure here divided by what we have here to give you the percentage increase minus 1. So this will be the percentage increase. That means there has been an increase by 1000 percentage. Now I want this, and I can say I used a function. I said if what you have here is greater than 0, I should say increase in sales between 2005 and 2006. Otherwise, I should say decrease in sales between 2005 and 2006. And I want this information to be displayed on this dashboard. Now take a look at this here. If I select romance here category, you will see that the increase in sales is 60%, and you see that it's romance. Then I want to display a dynamic label here by inserting a text box. So I'm going to insert a text box that will hold this data, the information on this area here. I will say equal to, when I select the text box, I click on the formula bar and say equal to, I select this and I say enter. Now what you have is, you have 60% increase. Let me extend this text box. Now this is what you have. Now I also, let me insert the text box again. Okay, I select the text box and then click on the formula tab and say equal to, and I select this information, this cell here. Now you can see what is displayed here on this text box. Okay, I'm just showing you an example. Let me just copy, move this one here, then I move this a little bit, and then I move this. Okay, now just take a look at this. Once I select this, you see the information that is displayed for children. You have, there is, you can see there is 20%. Let me extend this. You can see there is 20% decrease. You see there is 20% decrease in sales between 2005 and 2006. Now when you select another one, mystery, okay, you see that this is 1700% increase in sales between this period and this period. If you select another one, let's say romance, you can see 60% increase. You can see this is how to create a dynamic label. You have to use a text box, and you can use this in your dashboard, in building your dashboard components here. So we can just think of what you can do. You can even add this label. So basically you use a text box and a link formula with reference to an information on a cell, and you just select the text box and click on the formula bar and make reference to a particular cell that contains the text or the information you want to display on your interactive chart. So basically this is how to create a dynamic labels which can be used in creating your dashboard component. Thank you very much for listening.